an impact on how people act. Throughout the years, movies like Grease, The Fast and the Furious, and Need for Speed were released. There tends to be a spike in street racing. I will discuss street racing now, some solutions, and the consequences of ignoring those solutions. Street racing not only puts yourself in danger, but innocent lives at risk. Street racing isn't limited to just one race. There are different types of street racing. An article submitted on Center for Problem-Oriented Policing stated that different places there are different types of races. In Vancouver, British Columbia, street races can include hat race, kamikaze, or the cannonball run. This is where drivers put money in a hat, and all the money is taken to an undisclosed location. Later, the driver will get a call stating where the money is located, and whoever gets there first gets all the cash. The most common street race in Nebraska is the more traditional way. Racers find a location and race a certain distance and sees who wins. This could include waiting at a stoplight and going to a specific spot to see who is faster. Other forms of street racing is going to a location and putting a lot of effort in to try to hide from the police, but this isn't always the case. Street racing is an elaborate function. For someone to orchestrate a street race, there are multiple things that need to be done. For one night of street racing, they need a few things. This includes flaggers to start the race, timekeepers, a few lookouts with computers mounted in their cars, cell phones, police scanners, two-way radios, and walkie-talkies. The website that posts the location of these races announces the race locations and can even calculate the risk of getting caught by the police. The laws for street racing are about the same, but not always the same for each officer. On Nebraska Legislature, it is stated in Chapter 60, Section 6, 195, no person shall drive any vehicle on any highway in any race, speed competition or contest, drag race or acceleration contest, test of physical endurance, or exhibition of speed or acceleration for the purpose of making a speed record. And no person shall in any manner participate in such race, competition, contest, test, or exhibition. They also define racing as racing shall mean the use of one or more vehicles in an attempt to outgain or outdistance another vehicle, to prevent another vehicle from passing, to arrive at a given destination ahead of another vehicle, or to test the physical stamina or endurance of drivers over a long distance driving route. Some of the penalties for street racing vary from place to place, but generally it is if you are caught street racing, you can be arrested and have your car impounded or crushed. If you are convicted of street racing or aiding and abetting a street race, you can be imprisoned for up to 3 months and can be fined up to $1,000. Spectators as well. Your driver's license could be revoked and your car insurance could be canceled or increased drastically. Throughout the recent years, the statistics of street racing have not been recorded. According to Kenneth Peake in his book, Street Racing, statistics of street racing have not been recorded due to the federal government not allowing it and the insurance industries not covering the damages when you get in a crash. He stated that software is not yet available for creating a database for street racing. However, NHRA, or National Hot Rod Association, did a survey in 2001. NHRA posted an article on street racing stats that stated the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reported that police listed street racing as a factor in 135 fatal crashes. This was higher than the 72 that were reported in 2000. Street racing should be moved from the streets to a certified drag race track. Street racing puts yourself and others at risk due to negligence. Moving the street races to a drag strip is not only safer, but the conditions are in your favor. The track has a lot more traction and the distance is already set up. Everything is set up so you won't lose your license. Even though street races already have some severe consequences, to lower the amount of accidents that occur due to street racing, the punishments need to be even more severe. Making the fines higher and deducting even more points off of your license could help the people realize that street racing is not worth it. An article in Featured Drag Racing stated, if drag strips would advertise that when they were having races, the amount of street races would go down drastically. In Nebraska, there is only one drag strip, Kearney Raceway Park. Making more drag strips could potentially lower the amount of accidents that occur. If street racers continue to race on public roads, more and more accidents will occur. Racing on the streets is not a logical way to race. Stop Street Racing has a quote on their page that states, "If you're serious about winning, take it to the track." Movies like Grease, The Fast and the Furious, and Need for Speed encourage their audience to street race. I have discussed what street racing is now, some solutions to stopping it, and the consequences of ignoring those solutions. Being reckless in street racing does not make you cool, it puts others